ikhomba umhla 2019 0706 isikhathi 12 2 minutes 31 seconds.
And then the date reads as follows: 2019/07/06. Then the time it reads as follows: 12:02 and then 31 seconds.
Then sathathwa ngayo iSamsung J5.
This picture was taken with a Samsung J5. That is all that I can see.
And then what are your further observations on the photo itself?
But ngabe yini ke enye futhi ubonana nesikhangiso lesi? Lesithombe lesine khona lesithombe.
The photo now, not the data.
But isithombe ngabe yini enye khona ukuthi ubone ngaphakathi kwaso?
Angibonakala lo muntu ngathi ulele embhedeni. Nale elitshalele around la akukho clear akubonakala kahle.
It is not clear enough. It looks like this person is laying on top of a bed, and then even the O-shape here is not visible enough. That is all that I can see.
Right. Now page 8.
Class 80 lapho.
It's page 2534.
Ikhasi enzansi u-2534.
What are your observations there?
Athi ngabe yini ebonakala lapho?
La kubonakala umuntu ogqoke ingubo enemibala ikhomba kuyi tracksuit egrey.
Thank you, Sister.
Good evening, Mastermind. Second time around today, we are back. On top of that picture, we got the actual picture. Japs,
Yes.
can you greet us again? Second time around.
Hi, Real Mastermind. Hi again. It's still in the same space. Yes, greetings again.
And
We
masterminds
just
know what
came
to
with
do
it.
when they enter the house. Please enter, knock, enter, like, subscribe, and share. Please, masterminds. And Japs, you showed us a clip of yesterday's proceedings. So what is happening there?
So, it's the time where the conversation is taking place, and then there is a discussion about this picture.
That
Yes.
picture.
Yes. So the descriptions, like, it looks like the person is sleeping in bed, is doing this, is doing that, is doing this thing. So I believe that people who are watching the case via the PVR, they had an opportunity to play back and actually capture the actual picture. Well, whether we can still see the picture now on the SABC feed, well, I don't believe so, because maybe some people are saying that it's a court order that is being protected. But then it's bad. Like, the real masterminds have actually went further to tell us this is the guy. This is another photo of him. Basically, it says, no, this is me that is in there. This is another picture. I think this is a picture where Mnisi was talking about earlier on.
Red belt, red shoes. If I'm not mistaken,
yes.
the picture that was taken in 2018.
Yes, then he says this, yeah. And there's a picture of the same guy that is reported in court to Bintans. Now, I suspect we shouldn't be in this situation, because the courts and the records should be public records, basically.
Public record.
At least they should be showing us, the citizen, or they want all of us to go in there and
yes, the whole
actually
country
look.
must go in there, because we want to see what are they beaming. I mean,
Yes. This is important, Suspect, because as we are talking, people are like saying, "No, Jebs, I see you guys are very heavily invested in the case. You know, accuse so and so is my brother or is my uncle. Is this thing? Please don't mention me. You see, we know they didn't do this thing. You see that all of those things that happened, basically, that's what will happen. So all that we're saying that sometimes these issues are aligned with the issues of family members.
Remember
So
when you destroy one person in a family, especially the recording that we did this morning, where Moses' father is crying for his son and saying, "This boy, I gave him my name when he was born. He is the breadwinner in the house." You don't just destroy one person. Police officers must understand. And here we sit with a situation where there are still evidence being presented to court, meaning that this case have not been finalized. This docket have not been finalized because it's still under investigation. How did we get here where a case that is on trial in court are still under investigation? Now talking about the court order. I don't have the court order, but I'm going to make it my business to get to that court order. We will come back with that court order and we will scrutinize that court order. What I know about that court order, what I heard is no pictures of the witnesses on the stand must be shared with the public. SABC is not supposed to show the witnesses in court. I can't remember the court order say SABC is not supposed to also show the evidence that are being in court. So in Jabs, let's please make it our business to get that court order so that we can come and scrutinize that court order, because it cannot be like it seems like we as concerned citizens are now stealing public evidence from court.
Yes, Pat, it shouldn't look like that. It's not supposed to be like that. It needs to be a process that everybody has access to. It needs to be a discussion that this is an information that was broadcast in a public court. So in a public court, this is the information that comes out, basically. Now, we had today's discussion where the lot of things that was being discussed about the pictures. What does the picture mean? Does it have the capture date? Doesn't have a capture date? Who did what? And all of those important things about the image itself. Now, Suspect, I decided to just take a general explanation for people so that they can understand certain things about these softwares, so that we can understand why I say that Ndlovu still did not do the work that he was supposed to be doing. I believe that he still comes in court, is still in court, is still misleading the court. The reason why I'm saying that is that it doesn't make sense that you cannot access the phone, but in the phone you're saying you've only accessed the memory card. But there needs to be a relationship between a memory card and the phone. What is the unique features that you've picked up on a memory card that appears on the phone? Now, you will say that the files were deleted. You will say that it's what they recovered. It was deleted files that they actually tried to recover from the system. That's why they have these things of CAFDRAW. Now, suspect it's very important that people must understand that when they talk about the process which is called XRY, I'm trying to actually show these things so that people, I'm going to use the generic, I'm not going to use any of my clients' data set. I'm just going to use what is available on Google. Yes. Suspect, can you see my screen? Hello, Pat, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see. I can see he's there.
What can you see?
I can see the specify file category and time.
Okay, yes, all right, that's perfect. So now, Real Mastermind, what you'll see on the XRY, they'll have a description of the phone here and the extraction setup. I have been, for the last 3 years, I have been educating people in terms of what is the actual methods of extraction. There's a logical extraction as well as the physical extraction. Now, logical extraction is an extraction that you do even when the phone is switched on. It's a quick instruction that will give you it gives you a baseline of what the phone looks like. But then now when you go on a physical extraction, that's when like you go on the OS model. OS model, the difference why we always want to do the logical first before you go to the OS, to the physical, because if the machine crashes while you're doing the physical, you've lost all the evidence. So now logically, it's just for you to have a bare minimum. Then the next thing to go to the next level. Now, what I need you suspect to actually look is that for every phone or for every file, it will actually show you a description. I am using this this website because MSEP is a product owner of XRY. XRY is their product, so I want to use their information that they actually have on their page. And I'm sure Real Mastermind, you had XM, Ramsipil talks about it. This is a software that allows people to actually view. Now, suspect I can't zoom into this part, but what you'll see here,
It's very, very small. I need.
I'll try. Yes, yes, I'll try. I'll try to get another video clip that maybe that will show us clear in terms of how the data structure will look like under the forensic tool. Now, that real masterminds can actually now start to actually make their own conclusion and saying, but wait a minute, what Ndlovu is telling us, it's actually not what it is.
The funny thing is that Ndlovu was telling us all the pictures on the phone was deleted and he managed to recover the pictures on the memory card. Now the memory card is not attached to the phone. The memory card is something that you bought apart and it's an external storage. Now Njabs, it's possible, Logica tells me it's possible to take your memory card, download my pictures on your memory card, and then you give me the memory card, or you can go and use that memory card, download the pictures and say, but this is the pictures is coming from Patricia's phone, but when they look into my phone, there's no pictures there.
Yes. So suspect what you will see now here is a graphical view of what you will see on a screenshot of an XRY. But on the XRY system, because information is encrypted, you need to have a suite which is XM. So that's a viewer that allows you to actually view the simulation. So now on the site, suspect it has all this history about the phone. It will have the device, the contact, how many contacts were in the phone. And when you drop down all of these contacts, it actually shows you more detail. Now, this is an artifact of a WhatsApp. Now, what then have when you click on this picture, it will tell you the metadata of the picture. So there is no way that suspect you can start talking about the deleted file, where else the system doesn't tell you when the file was deleted or when the file was created. There's just no way. There's no such thing as that. It's impossible. It cannot happen.
And what the defense are not addressing here. What proof does Ndlovu have that this is Ntanzi's memory card? Is Ntanzi's name written on the memory card? Is there a serial number that links that memory card to Ntanzi? What proof is there in court that that memory card actually belongs to Ntanzi?
Suspect, I'm going to try and show you something very technical around the files of what it's actually being shown in court. Because once you understand that, suspect, that's when you actually get to a point where you realize that what has happened so far is that the defense should have been in a position to challenge the existence of these cell phone evidence. We shouldn't have not been even in a situation of doing that. No, boy, don't do it now. Don't do it now. Yes. So now, sorry about that.
No problem.
So yes. So now what you'll see here, suspect, you'll see this is now another file that it's very technical how you pick up files from a forensic software. It will first have to define the file name. It will tell you the type of the hash file that is actually in there. It will actually tell you about that. And then number two, suspect, it will then go on and describe the file name, where the file name source is, as well as it will have this number, which is hexadecimal number, which is the hash file. So the hash file authenticates that this file is from an Instagram page that is also linked to this phone. Now, there is no such thing that one will actually say, once you click on the picture, then suspect, it will then now you'll click on it in this type of format. Once you click on it in this format, then it will show you and the picture viewer what the picture is supposed to look like. So therefore, I do not agree with what is currently happening in court, where else they tell you that there is a deleted file, because it will tell you, we found a file in 2021. Look now, this is just quite a coincidence.
Yes.
February.
17, yes. February,
Yes.
17 February 2021.
Yes. You see also what then it tells you. It tells you that is Android photon.xry. You see, that's the most important thing. Because now this is a unique feature that XRY will actually authenticate the real images. But we never heard when Ndlovu talking about the extension of the file. You talk about Facebook and everything, but this is what,
even talking about you must go and Google the pictures.
You see, suspect, we are not here because we are bored. We are here because this type of field of this forensic services, suspect, it's not a very simple thing. It's a very technical and a delicate process, and it's very expensive to do. Not even that, it's also a time-consuming exercise. Now, for a person who claims that they've done the analysis of that, now that for me is it's problematic.
He actually said he didn't do any analysis. He was just asked to download the photos. He didn't compile the album. It was just like this. That's what he said.
Yeah. Suspect, when you look at this image here, these are files because they're in a structure, what we call database, basically. You'll see the file and it will also tell you if the file is deleted. If the file was deleted or a file was sent or type of email, this thing will tell you the whole history on the file. When it talks about metadata, you see here, it says the file time, it has a time that was recovered, a UTC time, it has the original image file, and it has a file path where you'll find this thing in a file, and it has the URL on it. It's a path name. Then if it's a WhatsApp, then it tells you which WhatsApp on the list of WhatsApp that sends you this. And then as well as the WhatsApp ID. What then you see here on the phone metadata now, it also has this, you see hash file here, suspect. Now, if we were supposed to represent the defense, but now the good thing is that we're not representing the accused persons. We are representing South Africa. We are fighting for the injustice that is currently taking place in one of the institutions that we are respecting. So we are refusing to look on the side. So there are a lot of people here in South Africa, suspect, that are more than qualified than me to be talking about this thing, that can go and become the friend of the court and then stop this mess that is currently happening. Because it's an injustice.
And Ndlovu was asked a simple question for a expert. You know, at the end of the day, remember Sambo. Sambo come to the court to come and testify on whatever, and when he left, he was just a messenger. Rams asked Ndlovu, Mr. Ndlovu, what is EXIF? Ndlovu, I don't know. Rams, EXIF stands for Exchangeable Image. Now this person is an expert, an analyst, and he doesn't even know that. Hence, I'm saying he will also go back as just someone who something happened to your screen, and Jabs, I can't see you anymore. I just see your glasses. Your screen is suddenly very dark. I don't know what's happening, and Jabs, I was frozen and the screen is very dark. But what we are trying to tell masterminds is, you see the picture in Rata's hands, that is not classified information. That is the picture that they say that Ntanzi was lying in bed. They were talking about, the evidence was about Ntanzi lying in bed, and that is the picture that was in Rata's hand. We didn't steal the picture. Rata was the one displaying the picture like that. So, and we can also not be afraid to have evidence from that court and share it publicly, because the moment evidence has been submitted to court, it becomes public information. We cannot be sitting here and say we are going to make an application for access of information. That information, the moment the information are being submitted, admitted in court as evidence, that information is for everyone, is public information. Now, as we said, we don't know why Rata's court is classifying information, why journalists are afraid to take pictures of the information or to show the information that are being given here. Anyone who still have that court order, I really need that court order. Jabs, unmute yourself. We must, all other YouTubers, all other TikTokers, if you have the information, if you have the court order, I'll make sure also I'm going to look for that court order. We must analyze that court order so that we can see what exactly is the wording of the court order. How do we understand? How do journalists understand? Jab, something is happening.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you now. You can proceed. I think there's a problem with your network connection. I think, Jabs, I think there's a problem with your network connection. You are not connecting properly. I can't hear you. Your screen is frozen. So I'm just going to proceed until you manage to sort the network issues out. So as I was saying, masterminds, we are here. I don't know how did we Okay, okay. He's sending me a message. The power is off from his side. Thank you, Jobs, for that. How did we arrive here in a democratic South Africa, whereby we see in court that people are being framed with false evidence, and we as South Africans just go on as normal? We don't mind. And we YouTubers, when we call out these issues, some people, we cannot even dispute what we are putting in the public with their own evidence. They will now come and call us all sorts of names. Not that we mind. We don't mind to be called names. If name calling is going to kill you, yes, we would have been afraid. But name calling, for me, name calling is motivating me, because once you start calling me names, once you start to challenge me, I'm going to make sure that I prove my point. I'm going to make sure that indeed, if you call me a liar, whatever you call me, I'm going to make sure that I prove what I'm saying. But nevertheless, we have been coming here with receipts. We have been coming here with back in chapter. Okay. I just kept, we are left with 10 minutes. So you can just proceed. I was just saying, yeah, I was just proceeding in your absence, but you can just unmute yourself also. Unmuted. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, that's fine. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yes. All right. Sorry. It's we just lost power. So yeah. So at least we have a few minutes. But you see, I was able to hear on the phone as when you're making submission. We honestly don't know how did we end up in the situation that we are in now, where this whole thing that is currently happening about our justice system and this misinformation that is constantly happening in court. And it's very sad because now the people who are actually being affected, it's the Mayor family, which now is not receiving justice. And then also some of the accused people that are being dragged in that court are being forced to accept the crime they did not commit. And then what happened to the people who were in their house that witnessed what has happened, why their silence is so loud, basically. So now we get around, yes, we get around to that situation, suspect now, where we needed to pull out our general information that we have to actually assist South Africans to be educated and saying what this witness is saying, it's not the reflection of South African police services. What he's doing, I think he's doing his own thing. He's not sent by South African police services. It's not the capability of our own forensic, as a country, for forensic institution and our ability to do. This is just one bad person, unethical person that has agreed to come and lie to court. In terms of why he did that, I don't know. Suspect underline this, but I am saying, based on technical evidence, Ndlovu is lying to court.
And Ndlovu could not prove anything. The state could not prove anything. What they actually did by making a huge application for this information, it was an embarrassment for the NPA. More especially when Dr. Sibanda jumped up and down to object to his own submissions. Baloy is sitting there. I mean, They were
Yes.
the ones who insisted. The defense was warning them. The defense didn't want to do this because they actually told them that this is a waste of court's time. And Rata, being Rata,
Yes.
decided that no, it's in the interest of justice. Later, now Rata is as quiet as a mouse. Since even he's not saying anything. He's not winking. He's not doing anything. He's as quiet as a mouse, like he's sitting in his little corner while he's allowing the state to embarrass the entire South African justice system. Because what the state is doing now, they are not just embarrassing themselves in that matter. They are turning the South African judiciary into a circus, into a joke. Imagine other countries watching what Baloyi and Sibanda is doing in that court. Our courts,
Yes,
with
'cause-
this high profile case, tell me, what are they doing in courts with people who doesn't have this media coverage?
Exactly, suspect. Exactly. And now what we are trying to do is we're trying to say, wait a minute. What is currently happening there? Please, thou shalt not judge us based on what these people are actually saying.
Yes. We're not all the
You
same.
cannot. Yes, you cannot judge us based on that. So, as our country, do not judge our country as if we're failing to do investigation because of
Of
what
a
then
few
is
rotten
actually
apples.
happening.
Yes. Because of a few
Yes.
rotten apples.
So, yes, suspect. I think with this few minutes that will permit us,
yes.
just for
4 minutes.
closing in terms of, yes, I wanted to show another screenshot to Real Masterminds, basically, and saying XRY is a very good product, basically. So what then it will do, just to show that you've authenticated this thing, you see on top, it will tell you the type of the file, the phone that is there, and it will tell you, because you're on a view, and it will tell you that it had actually viewed that. Now, you can search for any text. Normally for us, we'll search for sugar, we'll search for anything that you're looking for. In this instance, they will have said sense or maybe they will have done this thing. So that's a process that once you're doing your analysis, you're searching for certain things, because these pictures don't just jump to you, suspect. They don't just jump to you.
Must
You
do
search them,
research.
then yes. When you look around, you see the file extension where this thing is. It tells you that it's inside the phone. Now, if you're doing a forensic analysis on the SIM card, so you kind of like all the curve draw that they're talking about, there is no way that you will see them, because now what you'll see on a SIM card or on a memory card, I mean, you'll only see that photo, but you'll not actually get to the actual photo itself, because the photo is on the phone. You'll only see photos that are on the memory card, but you need to first authenticate that this memory card was linked to this phone. There are ways, there's hash ways to actually do that authentication process. But with what Undlovu, with the paste that Undlovu is, there's no way. So they've typed in a search here, suspect. And in a search for this particular word, so now it tells them, oh, the only file they will get it from the SMS, and then it takes them through to that SMS that it was sent outgoing call.
Wow.
You see, that's how this thing works. So I would like to say that if you're an external person, you're interested in forensic investigation, you must look at the XRY. You have there's a lot of open source Autospy or open source software, as well as a Celebrite, which are more premium brands basically for you, that helps you with the forensic analysis of all the mobile devices. So what is currently happening in Rata's court
It's a
is
travesty.
not
I'm saying it again.
yes.
It's a disgrace. It's a travesty what is happening in Rata's court. And as I said earlier in our previous recordings, anyone, you are not immune. Whether you team state or team defense, you are not immune, because you don't know what tomorrow will bring. Tomorrow you will find yourself in a court of law being accused of a crime that you never committed because of pictures on memory cards that you don't even know who saved those pictures on your memory card. Jabs, let's end it here. We are going to go into the Sindiso Magaka case also. The hitman is going back to court on the 30th of June for sentence, but I got information that he's going to drop bombs, huge bombs. So we need to cover the Sindiso Magaka case also. Masterminds, let's end it here. Please do what you do best. Like, subscribe, and share. Watch our adverts, and we will bring you more fresh news tomorrow. Thank you so much, Njabs, for that excellent analysis. You always do it the way you do it best. There's no other like you. Thank you very much, and good night. Masterminds, good night.
Thank you.